Forrest, a very gregarious man. And once having gone through that, he returned to being himself. It was quite a trauma for him.
Dee and I had a nice relationship. He was always slapping me on the back at a convention and saying, "You don't look a day older, damn it." And of course, we both were looking a day older, more than a day older.
When DeForest Kelley got his star on Hollywood Boulevard, they staged it. They put the star at a certain place on the boulevard, right in front of what I think is the Vogue Theater. The Vogue Theater has an escalator that goes 3 stories up to a high place, the 3rd tier of the movie house. And ladies and gentlemen, DeForest Kelley, and suddenly DeForest appeared at the top of the escalator. He was like a god figure coming down. I noticed right behind him actually, that the name of the theater was the Galaxy. So here is DeForest Kelley descending from the Galaxy on an escalator to get his star on Hollywood Boulevard.
They put all of their handprints and footprints in the Chinese theater. And each one selected a corner. And they saved the middle for DeForest to put his name down. And all the camera people were around, and Dee had so many camera people around, said, "Do this, Pascal, do this," and everything, that he stopped in the middle of that, and he went back. He misspelled his name. Said they had to go in and smooth it out and have him write it right or wrong. And I said, "Gee, Dee," I said, that was pretty stupid, Dee. And I said, on the other hand, I said, well, you did that purposely. Coming down the escalator was one thing, but in front of the Chinese theater with all of these people, you did that purposely to get more footage than anybody else. Misspelling your name, you knew it was going to. He said, "Oh no, I really didn't." He got so, "Oh no, I didn't do it. I didn't." He was trying to say, and of course he didn't. He just did it because of the confusion.
An original piece of artwork, isn't that amazing? That's how we used to look.
Not too long ago.
Oh, God, it's amazing.
When you're young and you don't know death, it's hard to imagine that somebody dies. And as you get older and people around you fall away that you've known, the mystery of where do they go? What happens to all the love? What happens to that personality? What happens to that personality? What happens to that individuality that you've loved so much? How does it all suddenly end?
And you could tell he was starting to wane in health a little bit, and he was starting to wear down, and he was, gosh, even in Star Trek IV, the costumes he wore were so tiny.
I had the opportunity to see Dee before he died, shortly before he died. I said hello, goodbye to him. We didn't know it was goodbye, but looking back, I think we did know.
I would call him on occasion. And then I was working at the Motion Picture Country House and Hospital, and I created a huge moneymaker called the Golden Boot Award, which was a cowboy Hall of Fame kind of thing. I said, "Would you mind be presented the Golden Boot Award?" He says, "I dreamed about it." He says, "Could I get it? Get it?" I says, "You get it. You're going to have it."
And I don't know of anything that DeForest Kelley ever did, any achievement he ever made, that touched him more than winning the Golden Boot Award, because that was given to him for the Westerns.
And he cried. He was so delighted with it. And I had thought to myself, boy, if anything fell into place, this did. And of course, shortly after that, he died.
I think he left a very indelible mark, because he brought a lot of the heart to Star Trek. It wouldn't have been Star Trek without him.
I don't think Dee ever thought of himself as being that celebrity. I think he thought of, and he's mentioned this, of Star Trek being the big celebrity and he being a part of Star Trek. He was a part of Star Trek. Star Trek wasn't a part of DeForest Kelley.
He was just always, you know, just kicking back and having a good time. Happy to be there, happy to be at the party.
What's the difference between an actor and a movie star? An actor is somebody who pretends to be somebody else. A movie star is somebody who pretends that somebody else is them. DeForest Kelley was a real movie star in that sense. He had a persona. He didn't have to work on it, he didn't have to project it, he didn't have to strike it. It was just what you got.
Well, this is a new ship, but she's got the right name. Now, you remember that, you hear?
I will, sir.
You treat her like a lady, and she'll always bring you home.